National Security Rep, representatives from East Paradise, representatives from West Paradise, representatives from Solomon Islands, if any, available, Papaya Local and Universal Government, Prime Minister Mekamoy, Island National Government, representatives from ABG, if any, Ministers of the Crown, Papala and Mekamoy, Governor of Central Bank, Governor of IBOM, Governor of Community Bank, Bankers of the Crown, of the Chief Governor for North Buka and North Bougainville, Kingdom Spiritual Affairs, New Heaven and New Earth, Commanders and Soldiers of the Crown, Papala University Workforce, Heads of Divisions, Teachers, Doctors, Nurses, Sisters, Farm Workers, Carpenters, Electricians, Construction Workers, Contractors, etc., Ramapo Traditional Government, Chiefs, Elders and Leaders, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great joy for me to welcome you all to the closing ceremony of our 40 Days, 40 Nights Celebrations program. Every year since 2008, we've been running powerful 40 Days and 40 Nights programs between Jasper 8 and Sapphire 16. This year is no exception. The only major difference this year and previous year's programs is that this year we are closing the program on the 17th. We've extended our closing day from the 16th to the 17th of Sapphire. I hope that answers your questions regarding the reason why we did not close the program yesterday on the 16th of Sapphire. Maybe in future, starting from next year, we have 2 days closing as the day when we proclaim the sovereignty of our island nation under the new banner of sovereign nation and sovereign system. Moreover, 16th Sapphire will always be remembered in our history as a day when the new sovereign nation of Apia was proclaimed into existence in accordance with history passed from generation to generation. More importantly, 16th Sapphire will always be remembered as the day, specifically today, we will not only be closing our 40 Days, 40 Nights program, but we will also be opening the floodgates of our long-awaited universal payout. For those of you who are new to Tondo City and new to our 40 Days, 40 Nights program, annual program, let me just quickly run through the events of what actually happened in 2008. The people of this island gathered here and proclaimed the sovereign nation of Apia and the sovereign nation of Yawis Tract, commonly referred to as sovereign hardware and sovereign software, or sovereign nation and sovereign system. Reverend Andrew Manden and other generals were appointed to coordinate the program from beginning to ending. It was indeed a great and memorable day for everyone, including our international visitors present on the day. On the 8th of July 2008, we opened the ceremony by raising the twin flags in commemoration of our Yawis Tract anniversary, and on the 16th of August 2008, we closed it off by lowering our twin flags. I did not plan the event to be exactly 40 days and 40 nights, and I'm not sure whether Reverend Manden did actually mean it to be exactly 40 days and 40 nights. The only thing I know is that the following year, 2009, when we came to celebrate the event again, I realized it to be exactly 40 days and 40 nights. As explained many times before, everyone who attended the closing of flag lowering ceremony was dumbfounded and enthralled by the miraculous happenings of the day. Immediately after I delivered my speech, and while the UPE custodians from Aita Emperor Range were lowering the flags, there was something concurrently taking place up in the clouds. The law of nature was affected by our declaration of sovereignty. We literally saw an invisible hand drawing the map of Apia, Mekamoy, Papala, Toramon, Bougainville. It was so perfectly drawn such that most of our people with cameras were able to take pictures and videos of it. International visitors present during the occasion just could not believe their eyes because they had never seen such a thing in their countries. Ladies and gentlemen, my speech today will be very short and brief. I'm just going to repeat or stress or emphasize the same old concepts I've been sharing all this time. Kingdom of Heaven. I have said this countless times and I love to say it again, that the Kingdom of Heaven is not a religion but a government. The Kingdom of Heaven is not a church but a government. The kingdom is not it's not about Christianity, though we were Christianized through colonization. The kingdom, government, and nation is about the government. It's about the king. It's about the country. It's about the nation. Even 2,000 years ago, Yeshua did not come to preach about Christianity. No, he came to preach about the theocratic kingdom of heaven. The kingdom and its universal system is the only thing that has power and capacity, both spiritual and physical, to mobilize and unite the whole world. That's why we have multitudes of Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus, Baha'is, Shintos, and Christians alike coming and joining the new nation, government, and system daily. They are all uniting and working together in perfect harmony. If you go out to the countries and preach about your church or Christianity or religion, you will face stiff opposition from other world religions, including Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, Baha'i, etc., etc. Why? Because you are preaching a wrong message. The kingdom is not a church, nor a denomination, nor a religion, but a country or nation. To be more specific, the twin kingdom of Papa and Mekamui is a sovereign hardware kingdom of government, a kingdom of government. Its software is called Yahweh's Track System. Globally, our hardware is ranked Royal Assembly of Nations and Kingdoms. Our global software is still Yahweh's Track. Again, the kingdom is the overall umbrella over and above the level of churches and religions. The kingdom is fully independent and sovereign. Religion is not sovereign. Church is not sovereign. Remember that Apostle Paul instructed the church in Romans 13, 1-7 to always submit to the governments of the day, because he knew that church was not sovereign. Only the kingdom, a government, is sovereign. That's why the church, including Christianity, must submit to the sovereign kingdom and government or nation. Moreover, the kingdom is not about politics. It's not about your party affiliations. It's not about whether you are conservative or liberal, like they have in the West. It's not about democracy, communism, feudalism, or capitalism. The kingdom has absolutely nothing to do with your politics or religion. The kingdom of heaven is the overall solution for the whole world. The kingdom has a sovereign multi-system of its own. It's called the kingdom of heaven. Fellows, friends and gentlemen, I've said this countless times, and I say it again now, that the whole world is still looking for its special holy nation that Joshua spoke of in Matthew 21:43, when he said the kingdom of heaven has been taken away from Israel and given to another nation that will bring forth its fruits thereof. Even though the Master has already removed the kingdom of heaven from Israel, the world is still looking to Israel for answers. They still think that the answer or solution to the world will come from Israel. Of course, the spiritual kingdom of heaven is all over the world. Any country, kingdom, nation, or continent on the planet has equal right to claim the kingdom of heaven. Even the world of Christendom claims to already have the kingdom of heaven. However, the theocratic kingdom or government of heaven is a totally different matter altogether. We are talking about the special concept of universal governance. You can't possibly have theocracy mixed with democracy like they have in the westernized world. You can't possibly have theocracy mixed with so-called constitutional monarchy like they have in Europe and Asia. You can't have theocracy mixed with communism like they have in Russia and China. You can't promote theocracy and democracy together. You can't mix new wine and old wine. The kingdom of heaven failed. The kingdom of Israel failed to bring forth its fruits 2,000 years ago, already since Joshua made the decree. How comes the world has not found that nation yet? 2,000 years is too long. If scripture is to be trusted, then the theocratic kingdom of heaven, the theocratic kingdom of government of heaven that Joshua spoke of, must now reveal itself. The time has come and it is here now. I'm just sharing these thoughts again to stimulate awareness and consciousness within ourselves. I want you to see that the solution to the whole world is in the theocratic kingdom, government, and system. That's the very government that Adam lost in the Garden of Eden. That's also the very government that the first king of Israel, King Saul, lost when he failed to distinguish the difference between obedience and sacrifice. It is also the very government that King David's descendants failed to keep. That's also the very government that Yeshua came to restore, but rejected by the leadership of Israel. This is a very government, the solution that God Almighty is restoring to our little dotted island nation today. That's the whole reason why we launched the unique governance concept of sovereign nation and sovereign system in 2008. Without a sovereign nation, there's no sovereign system. Likewise, without a sovereign system, there's no sovereign nation. The two must always go together. They cannot be separated. As a solution to the world. I've said this time and time again, and I'll repeat it again now, that is, when Adam of Eden was dethroned by the serpent, the world was turned upside down and downside up. That's why the answer to or solution to the whole world can only be found in what the world considers to be base, despised, stupid, con, pyramid, Phonzi, illegal, illegitimate, unlicensed, or unrecognized. That's also why I've been saying all this time that our payouts will be used to turn the world upside down and downside up again. Our payouts will restore the whole world back to where it was meant to be in the original. The offsprings of Adam and Eve of Eden will be restored back to their original. Likewise, those of us who came from our own indigenous Adams and Eves will also be restored back to our original. In the original, mankind was just like the Creator, God, Yahweh, Jehovah, Kupuna, Tantanu. Note that our original ancestors in Papala could just command and nature would just follow suit according to their word. Nothing they commanded failed. Nature and the universe was under their control. Trees fell or uprooted themselves when commanded. Grass trimmed themselves when commanded. All kinds of food crops would plant themselves and grow when commanded to do so. They did not have to go through all the hard work of clearing bushes with knives, axes, and chainsaws and planting food crops as we do today. There was no need for complicated tools and technology like computers, mobile phones, etc., because nothing was impossible for them. You see, technology only came about through our colonizers because mankind fell short of the glory of the Lord and had to find a way out of their circumstances by inventing new things. I'm not against technology. I'm just talking about the original life at Papala to give you an understanding of why our ancestors did not need technology to live. Technology was in their mouths. They could just command nature to do anything or everything for them, just as we do today with technology. As I said, I'm not against technology and money. I'm against foreign government control. The system I've established for you uses both technology and money. We use the concept of matching, equalizing, and overriding to replace all foreign governmental, systemic, and systematic control systems. The above explanations should remind us of why the conventional government saw U.S. stock as a pyramid scheme when I first introduced it to the world. You can remember why the media repeatedly referred to U.S. stock as a Phonzi scheme, etc. You see, the answer and solution to the whole world had to come in the form of what the world despises as base, stupid, pyramidal, Phonzi, illegal, etc. Just imagine that. What the world considered to be a pyramid scheme has now become the new global system for the whole world. All international is now lit. What the world considered as a Phonzi scheme has now become the answer or solution to the whole world. What the world thought was illegal and illegitimate has now become the only legitimate system that will save the whole world from disintegration. What the world thought was foolish or stupid has now become the wisest, most knowledgeable, and intelligent thing for the whole world. What the world considered to be con system has now become the answer or solution for everyone. I'm so thankful, and you all know that God, Yahweh, Jehovah, Kupuna, Tantanu, has now placed the key or solution to the whole world into our hands, both you and I. Previously, it was only in my hands. Now it's also in your hands and your fingertips too. The moment I say go, you will begin to do whatever you want to do with your large funds. My only advice is that as long as you keep to my code of ethics, you will keep prevailing and turning the world upside down and downside up, back to its original statehood. The universe is our Garden of Eden. Let us rule and reign over it just as it was originally intended to by the Creator. Now, sacrifice. I'm very certain that you will all enjoy the fruits of your labor because you have all sacrificed for it. I'm releasing these funds to you, knowing that your sacrifice was not in vain. I have complete trust in you because of your manifold sacrifices. If you did not sacrifice for it, I would not trust you. I'm only releasing these big funds to you because I know that everyone who sacrifices for something will enjoy every bit of it. Those who did not sacrifice can't really enjoy this kind of money because they did not work for it. I reiterate that sacrifice is the only key to enjoying the fruits thereof. It's not like lucky lotto where people win millions of money also to lose it in no time. You see, without sacrificing for something, you won't really enjoy its fruits. Therefore, anyone who sacrificed over the years, contributing to the establishment of the system, will be given priority compared to those who did not sacrifice for anything. Many people were just looking and mocking you while you were sacrificing with me. Again, it's your own sacrifices that have qualified you to receive the millions or billions of money from the system. I know of many people who have been contacting me on Skype, WhatsApp, or email. They have big projects and big proposals for Bougainville. They want to do this and that for Bougainville. I like their plans to help Bougainville, but I cannot let them in to establish those projects because when I ask them for little contributions, they shy away. It's just my way of screening people. The genuine and sincere ones will always be there to contribute in any small way. Even little contributions like 10 kilo or 100 kilo or $100 is a clear indication that the person is qualified to benefit from my abundance when I release it. If they don't contribute anything, they cannot come to Bougainville and do projects. I hope you all understand. Conclusion. As I said in my speech today will be very short, brief, and succinct. I won't take you too much of your time anymore. We have already reached our payout stage. I said in my recent speech that our payout is ready now. Yes, it's truly ready. Today, as we are closing our 40 days, 40 nights program, our new broadband communication system is already on the way from Ley to Port Moresby to Buka to Arapa all the way to Tonu King Square. Our telecom engineers will be here with the machines and equipment to install it over the next couple of days, Monday or rest day. We hope it will be ready by light day, so I can use our landline phones to call our international team to fly over to Bougainville soonest. Even our new power generators from Bishop Brothers are already in the ship arriving here on light day. Therefore, it looks like by light day, I will be calling our international team to fly over. Although I don't see any delay anyway, I will let you know if there's any. What I am saying here is that our payout is fully ready now. As soon as our broadband lines phones are functional, I'll call our international team to come and install our SWIFT system for Central Bank of Bougainville and IBOM so we can transfer funds to anywhere in the world. Even our FX is ready. Our international team will just switch it on just before flying to Bougainville. Since we already paid for it, there's nothing to worry about. Universal abundance. More importantly, my other international funds from my own universal abundance have started reaching the shores of PNG. It started small on Sky Day this week and will increase this coming Gregorian week to many more millions and even billions. That's why our closing ceremony today will be followed by a big feast. I've already instructed our government to look for pigs, chicken, fish, and other protein to mark our closing ceremony. However, since it takes time to prepare these things, you won't have your feast today, but tomorrow on Monday. And I've also mentioned this to our PM last night that we might just continue feasting this week until our international team arrives and activates our Forex and SWIFT transfer system. But whichever way, from any angle, just know that we now have reached a very powerful stage where nothing, and I repeat, absolutely nothing, will be withheld from us. In other words, if there's any delay in our international team due to unforeseen circumstances, it will not affect our payout in any way, because my own international funds are already arriving on the shores of PNG and Bougainville. In case you don't know yet, I've already been using some of my international funds over the last few days to sort out little outstanding things for the system. It's the same money I'm using now to fund our feast for this closing ceremony. It's the same money I'll be using to do many things. I can even pay all our clients and investors from my own international funds in the event that there's unforeseen delay in the arrival of our international team. However, I don't see any delay whatsoever in our international team arriving. The moment our broadband landline phones are functional, as I said, I'm also placing it at your own fingertips now. As soon as I give the green light, you will be able to withdraw your money and do whatever you plan to do for yourself, your family, your clan, your tribes, communities, provinces, governments, countries, etc., etc. I'm willing, most willing, ready and able to release funds to you from my own international abundance or from your own investments in IBOM or Combank. Both are happening about the same time, thus guaranteeing your payouts from every angle. And both are already happening this week. As I said, my international abundance has already reached the shores of PNG and Bougainville in a small way and will increase to astounding amounts this coming Gregorian week, starting tomorrow, Monday, Rest Day, Light Day, Sky Day, and Friends Day. Please enjoy your day today with singing and dancing, and especially starting tomorrow. And especially starting tomorrow, Monday, when your week of feasting begins. The feasting will lead to your payouts. Thank you and God's blessings to everyone.
Thank you. Remain standing and introducing HM Quebec Training.